The 2000s was a transformative decade for gaming, delivering some of the most memorable titles ever created. These games didn't just entertain us, they set new standards for storytelling, gameplay, and immersion. Today we're counting down the 20 most famous games from 2001 to 2010. Let's dive into this incredible lineup and relive the magic. GTA San Andreas isn't just a game, it's a cultural phenomenon. Set in the sprawling San Andreas, the game followed CJ's rise through the criminal underworld while dealing with family, betrayal, and loyalty. The open-world design allowed players to explore 3 massive cities, each packed with missions, secrets, and endless activities. You could customize your character, dive into gang wars, or simply spend hours skydiving or driving trains. The freedom it offered was groundbreaking for its time. Rockstar's attention to detail combined with a gripping story made this game unforgettable.
It's my constitutional right.
Resident Evil 4 revolutionized the survival horror genre by introducing over-the-shoulder shooting and a perfect blend of action and horror. Players joined Leon Kennedy as he searched for the US president's daughter in a remote European village. What starts as a creepy rescue mission soon escalates into a fight for survival, against terrifying enemies from pitchfork-wielding villagers to monstrous creatures. The intense atmosphere coupled with clever puzzles and edge-of-your-seat action made it a masterpiece. This game also set a new benchmark for boss fights with unforgettable encounters like El Gigante and the Chainsaw Man. It wasn't just a game, it was an experience that left players breathless. Naughty Dog raised the bar for cinematic storytelling with Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Following treasure hunter Nathan Drake, the game blended action, exploration, and a compelling narrative to create a masterpiece. The set pieces were unparalleled, from escaping a collapsing building to surviving a gunfight on a moving train. The game's dialogue and character development added depth, making Drake and his companions feel like real people. Its multiplayer mode was also a pleasant surprise, adding replayability to an already stellar campaign. Critics and fans alike hailed it as one of the greatest games of all time, and it remains a defining title of the PS3 era.
Only you overlooked one little detail.
Didn't you, partner?
So what are you gonna do, shoot me now?
No, I just need you out of the way for a little while.
Shit.
You think I didn't know about the ships from the beginning? Any schoolboy could have figured that out.
Flynn, listen.
Face it, genius. You've been played. Not yet. Want to give the guards a decent head start.
Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time breathed new life into the action-adventure genre. The story follows a young prince who inadvertently unleashes the Sands of Time, a force that turns people into monsters. To fix his mistake, he wields a magical dagger that allows him to manipulate time. This mechanic was revolutionary, letting players rewind their mistakes or slow down combat for precision strikes. The game also featured intricate platforming sections that tested players' reflexes and problem-solving skills. Combined with a rich narrative and stunning visuals, this game became an instant classic that set the stage for future action-adventure games.
Enemy. The sands will spread. They will consume everything. I have heard it said that you are kind as well as brave. Please believe me. Help me find the hourglass.
It is in the Sultan's treasure vault, atop the Tower of Dawn.
How do you know that?
I just know. Come with me then if you insist. But I warn you, I move pretty fast. You better keep up.
Hideo Kojima's Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater was a masterpiece of stealth gameplay. Unlike its predecessors, this installment took players into the jungle, where survival depended on camouflage, resource management, and creative tactics. The story set during the Cold War explored themes of loyalty, betrayal, and sacrifice, with Snake facing off against his former mentor, the Boss. The game's open-ended approach to stealth encouraged experimentation, whether you wanted to sneak past enemies unnoticed or take them down strategically. Its cinematic storytelling and emotional depth made it more than just a game. It was an unforgettable journey.
We're surrounded. I see 4 of them.
We've got company. It's the Ocelot unit. Let's get out of here. Hurry. Don't forget your gear. Here, give me a hand.
IGI-2 Covert Strike stood out in the crowded FPS genre for its emphasis on realism and strategy. Players took on the role of David Jones, an ex-SAS operative tasked with preventing global disasters. Unlike other shooters, this game rewarded patience and planning, as running and guns blazing usually ended in failure. The missions were diverse, ranging from sabotaging enemy bases to extracting crucial intel. Its level design encouraged exploration with multiple ways to complete objectives. For fans of tactical shooters, IGI-2 offered a refreshing challenge that demanded both brains and brawn. Far Cry 2 took the series in a bold new direction with its gritty, realistic take on open-world gameplay. Set in a war-torn African country, the game put players in the shoes of a mercenary tasked with taking down an arms dealer. The environment was both beautiful and deadly, with dynamic weather, unpredictable wildlife, and enemies that adapted to your strategies. One of the game's standout features was the malaria mechanic, forcing players to manage health carefully. Combined with its complex faction system and immersive world, Far Cry 2 was a game that demanded respect for its ambition.
Reloading. I need cover fire.
Final Fantasy X marked a pivotal moment for the series, being the first game to debut on the PlayStation 2. Set in the beautiful but tragic world of Spira, it follows Tidus and Yuna as they embark on a journey to stop the destructive force known as Sin. The game introduced fully voiced characters, bringing a new level of emotional depth to the story. The turn-based combat system was refined with the addition of the sphere grid, allowing players to customize their characters like never before. The hauntingly beautiful soundtrack, especially tracks like To Zanarkand, remains iconic to this day. Final Fantasy X wasn't just a game, it was a cinematic masterpiece that resonated deeply with fans.
Phew! That was close. Hey! Let me go!
Fredek Drak!
Vin, Irisa, Tekiaka!
Wag Edeku! Gamed?
Fed! Trividakrisa!
God of War 2 took the brutal combat and epic storytelling of the original to even greater heights. The game picks up where its predecessor left off, with Kratos as the new God of War. However, his thirst for vengeance leads to betrayal by Zeus, setting him on a path to topple the gods themselves. The combat was as visceral as ever, featuring an array of weapons and devastating combos. Puzzles and platforming sequences broke up the intense action, keeping players engaged from start to finish. With its jaw-dropping set pieces and an ending that left fans hungry for more, God of War 2 solidified Kratos as a gaming legend. Silent Hill 2 is a masterclass in psychological horror. The game tells the story of James Sunderland, who ventures into the mysterious town of Silent Hill after receiving a letter from his deceased wife. What follows is a haunting exploration of guilt, grief, and redemption. The atmosphere was oppressive, with the foggy streets and eerie music creating a constant sense of unease. The creatures, particularly Pyramid Head, were terrifying manifestations of James's inner demons. Silent Hill 2 wasn't just about jump scares. It delved into the darkest corners of the human psyche, earning its place as one of the greatest horror games of all time. Fallout New Vegas offered players an unparalleled RPG experience set in a post-apocalyptic Mojave Desert. Developed by Obsidian Entertainment, the game gave players freedom to shape their journey, whether as a hero, villain, or something in between. The factions like the NCR and Caesar's Legion added layers of political intrigue, and your choices had real consequences. The open-world design encouraged exploration with countless side quests and hidden secrets to discover. The dialogue system was deep and engaging, making every interaction meaningful. With its rich storytelling and immersive world, Fallout New Vegas remains a fan favorite in the Fallout series. Assassin's Creed 2 took the promising foundation of the first game and transformed it into something extraordinary. Set in Renaissance Italy, the game introduced players to Ezio Auditore, a charismatic assassin seeking revenge for his family. The vibrant cities of Florence, Venice, and Rome were meticulously crafted, immersing players in history like never before. Gameplay improvements such as a broader range of weapons and smoother parkour mechanics made every mission a joy. The game also introduced the Assassin's Creed lore's deeper mysteries, including the enigmatic Pieces of Eden. It's no wonder that Assassin's Creed 2 is considered one of the best in the series.
And to bring this to Messer Roberto. Traditore! Hey, what's with the swords? Aren't you supposed to arrest me? No. What do you want then? For you to die! Well, that's not going to happen. So why don't we explore other options? There are no other options!
Freedom Fighters gave players a fresh take on squad-based combat. Set in an alternate history where the Soviet Union invades U.S., players step into the shoes of Chris Stone, a plumber turned revolutionary. The game's charisma system allowed players to recruit and command a team of fighters, adding a strategic layer to the action. The urban environments were detailed and immersive, and the storyline with its themes of resistance and hope struck a chord with players. Freedom Fighters was ahead of its time, and its unique gameplay still holds up as a cult classic. Portal was a surprise hit that redefined puzzle games. Using the innovative Portal gun, players navigated a series of increasingly challenging test chambers. The physics-based puzzles were brilliantly designed, requiring creative thinking and precise execution. But what truly set Portal apart was its storytelling. The game's AI antagonist, GLaDOS, provided dark humor and chilling commentary, culminating in the unforgettable song Still Alive. Its short runtime didn't diminish its impact. In fact, it left players hungry for more. Portal wasn't just a game. It was a phenomenon that proved innovation and storytelling could go hand in hand.
And has caused permanent disabilities such as vaporization. Please, unbelievable. You.
Subject name, here.
Must be the pride of.
Subject hometown, here.
Warning devices are required on all mobile equipment. However, alarms and flashing hazard lights have been found to agitate. Good. Now use the aperture science on stationary scaffold to reach the chamber lock.
Mirror's Edge stood out for its unique take on first-person gameplay, focusing on parkour and fluid movement rather than combat. Players controlled Faith, a runner navigating a dystopian city while exposing corruption. The clean, vibrant art style contrasted sharply with the oppressive narrative, creating a visually striking experience. The game encouraged momentum and precision, rewarding players who mastered its mechanics. While its story was relatively short, the adrenaline-fueled gameplay and sense of freedom made it unforgettable. Mirror's Edge remains a cult classic, remembered for its bold design and innovation.
Yeah, I'm sure the birds are real impressed, Faith, but once you finish showing off, you think you might concentrate on some actual work? Getting Celeste in position for a handoff. You need to get the delivery to her. She'll be near the communications tower ahead of you.
Spider-Man Web of Shadows gave fans a darker, more intense take on the wall crawler's adventures. The game featured a unique morality system, allowing players to choose between Spider-Man's heroic side or the more ruthless symbiote persona. The open-world depiction of New York City was alive with action, from civilians in need of help to epic battles against iconic villains. Combat was fluid and dynamic, with players seamlessly transitioning between ground and air attacks. The branching storyline ensured replayability as decisions shaped the outcome of the game. Web of Shadows remains a fan favorite for its gripping narrative and exciting gameplay. Tomb Raider Underworld pushed the franchise into new technical and narrative territory. The game followed Lara Croft on her quest to uncover the secrets of Thor's hammer-blending Norse mythology with thrilling exploration. The environments were breathtaking, ranging from lush jungles to icy caverns, each filled with challenging puzzles and hidden treasures. The platforming mechanics were refined, offering smoother traversal and more intricate levels. Underwater exploration was a highlight, adding depth to the gameplay. With its cinematic presentation and engaging story, Tomb Raider Underworld reminded players why Lara Croft was one of gaming's most iconic adventurers. Splinter Cell Chaos Theory perfected the stealth action formula of the series. Playing as Sam Fisher, a highly skilled operative, players were tasked with navigating a series of intricate missions involving espionage and sabotage. The game introduced new mechanics such as the knife for close quarters combat and a light meter to gauge visibility. Levels were meticulously designed, offering multiple pathways and approaches. The story was gripping with political intrigue and moral dilemmas driving the narrative. With its stunning visuals for the time and emphasis on strategy over brute force, Chaos Theory set a new benchmark for stealth games.
Bet you dollars to dinars that he doesn't make it to trial.
That's okay. I think my money's safer on the Nikkei.
Just Cause 2 delivered pure unfiltered chaos in the best way possible. Set in the sprawling open world of Panau, players took control of Rico Rodriguez, a daredevil agent on a mission to overthrow a dictatorship. The game's grappling hook and parachute mechanics were revolutionary, allowing for unparalleled freedom of movement and creativity. Whether hijacking vehicles mid-air or causing massive explosions, the gameplay encouraged players to experiment and have fun. The sheer scale of the world, combined with its over-the-top action, made Just Cause 2 a standout title that's still celebrated for its exhilarating sandbox experience.
Breaching charges. If they get inside, Blaine is toast. Disarm them. You can always grapple hook your way up these towers.
Red Dead Redemption was more than a game. It was an epic tale of redemption and loss set in the dying days of the Wild West. Players stepped into the boots of John Marston, a former outlaw forced to hunt down his old gang to save his family. The open world was a masterpiece filled with stunning vistas, dynamic wildlife, and authentic frontier towns. The narrative was rich with emotional depth, featuring memorable characters and morally complex choices. Activities like dueling, bounty hunting, and poker added to the immersive experience. With its breathtaking storytelling and incredible attention to detail, Red Dead Redemption remains one of the greatest games ever made.
Let's clear out Pike Basin once and for all! Help me out here, will you? You got one! See one of them. Let's push on. It sounds like the deputies could use a hand.
And that's it, folks. 20 of the most famous and influential games from 2001 to 2010. Which of these games made the biggest impact on you? What are your personal favorites from the 2000s? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay updated on all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.